Hey guys, welcome to my channel Gold Mage. I'm Priya and I'm really excited to see you here one more time. Few of you had personally texted me and asked me to speak about mental health, handling fears and doubts in a crisis situation, like for example this pandemic. And I thought it made sense. All of us go through a lot of self-help books, but I have certain strategies and certain thought processes that has always helped me to put myself together, and I thought it would be worth sharing those ideas with all of you. So on that intention, I'm planning to create a series on these topics where we are going to discuss about topics like fears. It could be fear of failure, future, fear of losing loved ones, guilt, and how these emotions influence us and how do we tackle them so that we are at peace with our life. We're able to live at ease in this lifetime. So that's going to be pretty much the idea. These may not be, from any books. These are some of the personal experiences. Of course, it could be from books, from movies where I have drew these lessons, but these are some points that I strongly believe, and I thought in every video I will share with you few pointers which can also help you. So that's the idea, and I hope you will enjoy the series. So with no further delay, now let's get inside the first video, that is this video. My friends, in this video, let's discuss 3 important ideas that I always keep telling myself, and these ideas have really have given me some clarity whenever, like when I'm not happy with my decisions or my life, or I feel that I'm in a very unhealthy environment, or I'm like trusted by, some unpleasant experience. These ideas have always helped me. So irrespective of whatever crisis that you're facing right now, it could be, a financial crisis where you feel I don't have enough savings in my bank account, or I'm not having a secure job, or I don't have a great relationship with my spouse, my relationships are failing, or my health is deteriorating, anything, any kind of a crisis situation you are in, whatever is the problem that you're dealing with, I'm going to share some 3 ideas to you in this video. I can assure you that these 3 ideas can really give you some clarity, whatever position or whatever place right now you are in. So let's jump into them. The first idea, this is a very simple but a very, very powerful lesson I drew from the movie Harry Potter. I saw this movie 6-7 years before. It's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Part 2. I haven't read the book yet. I've just only seen the movies. And in the climax scene, suddenly Dumbledore, he's the professor in that movie, he will say something very powerful to Harry Potter. He would say that we are not defined by our abilities, we are defined by our choices. A very, very powerful statement if you dwell and understand it perfectly. Let me give you some analogy to understand this. See, today I run a training company. Today, public speaking, professional, corporate training, helping professionals to achieve peak performance, sharing some groundbreaking ideas, speaking to public, this has become my line of business. But I was not always a trainer. I started my career in IT industry. I used to work for a company called Cognizant. Most of you must have heard the name, CTS. And I was with them for 10 years. I was managing projects. I was very well able to do my job. I was able to manage a team. I was able to, deliver technology projects. I was having I was able to, have a good rapport with my clients. So if the question was about my ability, whether I was able to do that job successfully, was I a successful person? 100% yes. Very good job, highly paying job, secure job. Right now in this pandemic you can't say it, but then I left the job in the year 2014 when I was in the peak of my career. I would have waited. I could have scaled up the corporate ladder very well. So but in that peak of my career, I decided something else. I wanted to do something else and I quit my job. Now, was I able to manage people? Answer is yes. Was I able to work in an MNC? Answer is yes. Was I able to do a technology, driven projects? Answer is yes. But did I choose to do all of them? Answer was no. See, today, if I have to draw my life map, and today wherever I am, it's not because of my ability. It's because of the choice that I have taken. So right now, say suppose you are in a failing relationship, or you are in a financial crisis, or you are in a dis-ease condition. It was not because whether you were able to keep yourself together, whether it was not, the question is not about whether you are able to be a very understanding spouse, but are you choosing to be one, is the question. Whatever state you are in right now, my friends, just step back and look at everything is only because of the choices that we have made. See, sometimes we do make wrong choices. If everybody can only make right choices, then there is no thrill in life. All of us have made a lot of wrong choices. Nobody can deny the statement. Do you agree? Does that make sense to you? So, if say suppose today you don't have enough savings in your bank account, it means you made some wrong choices on the way which landed you in this position. Right now, if you are on a failing relationship, or you're crying in your bedroom, feeling that I don't have someone who understands me, or I'm not blessed with a beautiful relationship, if you are in that space, today you got divorced, you're a single mom or a single dad, you're a lonely person, whatever is that state, just step back and understand this. You landed in the state not because whether you were able or not. See, sometimes have you felt this in a school or in a college when you were studied, you would generally say, he's not that great. Like one friend of yours, maybe you would have considered him dumb, not as intelligent as you are in, but today he is financially in a better position than you, or he has greater relationships than you, or he is in a better health condition than you, and putting yourself in par with that other person, you feel, I never thought this person would accomplish, but how is this possible for him and not me? If you ask this, it was not because you lacked in abilities. 100% you could be more able than the other person who is successful or, happy today. But did you make the right choices is where the biggest difference comes. So today, if you are in a bad state, today if your body is not listening to you, your mind is not listening to you, you're going through a depression, or financially you're not sound, you can't enjoy the freedom of life, or you are in a relationship where you feel you are trapped, you are in an emotional trap, you are in a clutch. Now step back and understand, it's not you, it's not your ability, it's the choice that you made landed you here. Now the moment you differentiate yourself and your choices, I'm telling you, right now I'm saying that as a sentence. You have to sit and contemplate this for yourself. See, every time I end up in a fight with my spouse, or there are times I'm a short-tempered person. I scream on top of my voice at times. I emotionally went out. But after I do that, when I sit back and when I just retrospect, there was always a choice of being silent, but I did not remain to be silent. There was always a choice of saving the relationship, but then I decided to screw it up, and I moved forward. I realized this. The moment you get this awareness that whatever is that condition, whatever is that crisis, the reason is your choice, you will feel a little bit relieved, because choice is something you always exercise. From next time you can be a little more cautious. Next time you can pay a little more attention. So I want you to understand this. Your abilities is not defining you. You are super able, but your choices are defining you. Are you making right, good choices? Is the question. Keep this idea. I'll come back to this a little later. I want to give you, a typical situation. Take a person's life. Let's imagine this person graduated from college, got a job, and was slowly scaling up the corporate ladder, was doing well in the job, promotion after promotion, and then gets to an age, retires, settles down with the family, has a house, one straight line. Got a job, moved forward in the same line. But parallelly, you take another person who was or maybe the example could be me. I had the access to that straight path, but I deviated from the straight path because of my choices. I'll give you one more example. One of my friends, she was in love. She was dating a guy right from her college, and she got married to that person, and the marriage lasted for 5 years. See, when they were in love, I remember my friend always telling me he's the one person who makes me happy. He defines, he is the meaning of my life. If I'm living today, all because of him. Stuff like that, you know. But the same friend of mine, after several years into the marriage, said that if I'm unhappy and if I could think of one reason, it's just him. His mere presence in my life is killing me. I don't know how to come out of this toxic relationship. She literally used this word, toxic. Same guy who was the reason for her happiness is today the reason for unhappiness. Now, in between, what happened? If you go through, and I haven't just, I don't know the exact, the story of my friend, but I can relate to my life, and I want you to relate to your life and see. What happens in between is certain choices that you take up. See, sometimes you don't open up and tell what you feel to your partner. You've been keeping it within for so long, and then you get frustrated, and after a while, boom, it comes out like a bomb, devastating your entire relationship. There are some people who constantly show the frustration so that, you can't escape. You feel like, oh my God, I can't take anymore, and you want to move on. Whatever it is, my friends, remember this idea. It's your choice. And you have the power to exercise better choices from now on. This moment is very powerful. This moment, I am doing this video. I am sharing this idea. This moment, you are listening to me. But from this moment on, if we consciously become aware, we can exercise choices. See, in spite of all your consciousness, sometimes you end up getting into wrong choices. Now, what do I do in that case? That's when I want you to take the second idea. Very powerful, very simple words. It's not even an analogy. Do not get discouraged. Whatever happens in your life, do not get discouraged. I want you to strongly understand this because, my friends, everything in this world has a season, has a time. So there's this Ranveer Singh movie, Gully Boy. I think I exactly forgot the name of the movie, but some rap singer he is. It's a quite famous Hindi movie where there is this famous one-liner, a song that comes, Apna time aayega. So I want you to keep this in mind, this idea of Apna time aayega. But you may think, when will that come? I can't be patient, but please understand this. See, when I left my job, I'll just take that as an example so that you will understand how differently I have felt with that same emotion. So 2014, when I left the job, I felt I'm doing something super cool. I'm going to be my own boss. I'll figure out what to do in my life. And I'm not like any other person who's pursuing a career. But 2015, I was emotionally and financially broke. This decision that I took for myself, which was super cool when I resigned my job, was not cool anymore. I had to hit with the realities of life. Those were some dark, vulnerable moments of my life where I started questioning myself, because I know there were people who were less experienced, who were, like asking me favors or directions for their life, earning better than me, and I didn't know how to make money. Literally, I was stuck in a place where only there was like outgoing of the money and there's no incoming, no cash flow. So I was like pretty much doubting myself. But that's when somewhere I read this, I think it's a biblical verse or somewhere as a quote. I read this in a studio. I went to take a picture and there was like a quote. I don't know, like is it from Bible also exactly, but this quote really moved me. It said, always don't look at where you want to be. Also look at where you came from. I'm unable to reproduce the quote right now, but the idea was this. And it was so encouraging. See, today, let's imagine you have a goal. You want to be in a happy family, a happy relationship. You have a goal to have, say, 1 crore rupees in your bank account. You want to be financially free. You have a goal to travel the world. You have a goal to be the best parent, best teacher, whatever that you're doing. You want to be the best. Some goal you have. See, you haven't reached that yet. So when you look at your progress, it's slow. It's not as per your expectation. You feel doomed. You feel discouraged. Let me tell you, you should also look back. Remember this. I agree you're not where you want to be. Neither you are where you used to be. You are taking some steps, taking some action, moving forward on the right direction. You're not at the destination yet, but you're still moving. And as long as you're moving, there is hope. There is a promising result. So wherever you are today, let's imagine you are in a bad state with regards to your health or finances or relationship or your goals. You might not have reached your expectation yet, but you are also not there stuck. You are moving towards your expectation, which is a good news. So if you are planning to end a relationship and you're thinking about it in your head right now that this is not helping me, this is not supportive, I don't have to go through this anymore, I shouldn't let this abuse happen to me again and again. Now you have moved on from succumbing to that abuse to thinking that you want to, release yourself from that toxic place. That's a progress. Today, if you think that, oh my God, I'm not having savings, but what should I do to, get my financial state better? You're taking action towards that path. You haven't reached your goal yet, but then you're also not stuck like before without knowing what to do. You're taking some action and moving forward, which is a progress, and progress has to be respected. See, when you're running a 4 into 100 meters relay, until the 400 meter, you don't know who the winner is. And until it's like a marathon, you keep running a race until you get to the finishing line. It's still a progress. Now, even if you are on the first step, you took the first step, you've started running, still it's a progress. You are on the 399th step and the 400th step, if it's your goal, you are still in the progress. So it doesn't matter. Do not get discouraged with whatever state that you are in right now. Keep telling this to yourself. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself this: I'm moving forward. I am progressing. And then the third and the most important idea that I want to tell you in this video is be patient with yourself. Sometimes we are patient with others, we are patient with the world, we are patient with crisis, but not with ourselves. Most of the times anxiety hits us because we have lost or we are becoming more impatient with ourselves. You should give yourself some time. I tell this myself as I said before, I strongly believe this. Everything in this world has a season and has its time. See, mango can be king of fruits, but it has a season. Right now, it's the season for mangoes. But again, in December, it's not the season for mangoes. Everything has a season. I'm just saying this as an example. Everybody has their turn. Your turn will come. Your season will come. Your time will come. And you got to be a little bit patient until you get there. If you cannot be patient with yourself, it's very hard for you to, put yourself together. I should remember, there are times when I break down. Everybody breaks down. And I'm a person who regularly has a relationship with tears. I can easily cry. Even if I watch a movie, I cry. Any sentimental scene, I cry. Happiness also makes me cry. Sadness also makes me cry. But I'm a person who's regularly in touch with tears. My tear glands, they function so very well. Every time I cry out, every time I sit there are two kinds of tears that come outside. I mean, I'm personally telling this to myself, but I strongly believe this you can also relate. One kind of tear is like you're helpless, you're hopeless, you don't know what to do, and you're scared, and the fear, and that, oh my God. See, I don't know. Have you ever felt a heaviness, an unexplainable, thing that passes within your, somewhere this area, it's totally disturbed. It's not in your control. And then tears comes into your eyes and you feel so bad about whatever you're going through. all that you can do at that moment to put yourself mentally together, just tell yourself, you have seen so many things, you can still do it one more time. Little bit patience is what is required. See, just because you get anxious, are there going to be any difference in the results that you're going to get? No. So today you don't have money in your bank account. Just because you become anxious, are you going to receive any money in your bank account? No. Today you are in a bad relationship, or you had a fight with your spouse, or your children are not listening to you. Just because you get anxious and aggressive and angry, is the situation going to change? No. But anger is important. That helps you to vent out. Aggressiveness can sometimes help you to vent out. You're pouring out emotions. I sometimes, like if I'm angry, if I'm upset, I show it to the people because I have no other venting mechanism. I'm still not Buddha, or I haven't reached that level of spiritual elevation where I can calm myself down instantly. But I don't dwell there for long. And when I'm upset with myself or my surroundings, I just tell this to me. I have seen so many other situations. I can do it one more time. I will be successful in doing it one more time. All that I need is little more patience. I tell this because I'm a character of impatient, personality. When I say what you need is little more patience, something magical happens within. That fear, that heaviness, suddenly you will feel a lightness coming and then it goes back. But this consciousness, this awareness that you know that you're upset, that you know that you're helpless, that you know that you're sad, helps. That's why in psychotherapy, in counseling, they say it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be weak, it's okay to cry. Why? Because only when you're crying, only when you're dwelling in that moment of sadness, you are acknowledging it. Unless you acknowledge it, you can't make peace with it. So if you're sad, it's okay, but don't dwell on it for so long. If you want to keep your mental health stable, you becoming unstable is important. But staying unstable for long is where the danger lies. Today you felt momentarily unstable, 1 hour you are upset, you screamed at somebody, or you shouted at yourself, you broke your cell phone, you threw something out of your house, or you yelled like, very bad, or you started crying. Whatever happened, it happened. But acknowledge it, accept it, and then tell yourself so strongly, be patient yourself, your season will come, your time will come. Whatever is that you want in your life, you will get it. All that you need is little more patience. Now, these are 3 ideas. I just want to just sum it up because I'm planning to share a lot more in this series. So the first idea that we discussed is, I might be super able, but what defines me is not my abilities, but my choices. And number 2, never feel discouraged. I would say to myself that do not feel discouraged and be patient with yourself. Your season will come. And these are the 3 ideas. We will work on this psychological set of videos from now on, because I know in tough situations sharing ideas can help. So if you are feeling vulnerable, my friend, I'm genuinely saying this too shall pass. Whatever is you're going through, that's a momentary feeling. You'll be able to come out of it. And as human beings, we are super strong beings. There's nothing that we cannot do. We can do so much. We are a bundle of energy, and you can redirect it in the right way. Right now, if you're a little lost, we will find out the directions, and I'm going to help you through that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the content in this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want me to do more videos, or you want me to address something specific, you can always please comment them so that I would take them. Yeah, I love your suggestions, because this message that I received from people literally made me to given me this drive to create this video. So if you enjoyed this series or you enjoyed this video, feel free to tell me your opinions, and I will see you soon in another video. Until then, take good care of yourself.